Hello, hello. On my way home, and I had math paper 2. I have math paper 1, and went alright. I'd say alright. It was an alright paper. It was an alright test. I say it was fair, but in terms of my performance on it, it was horrible. Horrible from what I expected from myself, and horrible from what I wanted to achieve, or planned to achieve at least. So, I don't know. Like, time management was really sort of the issue. It was my main issue going in, but it was more the micro part of time management that was the issue. And yeah, I'm not so sure about what the actual issue was. It was like writing the questions too quickly. That I should have done. Like spend less time writing out like the answers to my questions. Like I shouldn't have even written down the questions at all. I should have just solved the questions and all that stuff. All those little times that when you add them all up, they make a difference. That's what I feel like it was. And quite honestly, man, damn. Like it was a good test. I had myself struggling a bit. There were some nice questions, and props to IB for that. Except why are they 2 marks, and why are they 2 marks again, and why are there 2 marks again? And I really should have solved those 5-mark questions. And then, oh my gosh, what was that induction? Like, if anything, that induction was the worst part of the test from section A, because I solved for it. I did what I did. I'm okay at math, at least. It's not the skills that I'm lacking. It's identifying and then applying my skills. That's the problem. And I didn't get to really apply my skills thoroughly because something must have been wrong. Like, I applied them to the best of my ability, but was there a mistake somewhere? Shouldn't I not have made it a sum or a sigma sum? Like, I have no clue what exactly I should have done. And quite honestly, I'm by the water. Quite honestly, man, no clue about that question. But I want to complain about section B. Section B was horrible. No, not horrible. It was horrible. That last question was horrible. The first question was just like a waste of time. It was like, graph this, graph this, graph this. Explain why this, when you derive it, is increasing. Like, okay, yes, I can do all that. But do I really have to spend 15 minutes just answering all of that? When I could have spent 15 minutes trying to figure out what the area is and then noticing that the length of the damn rectangle is 2r. Like, god damn it. The length of the rectangle was 2r. Like, I knew that r was like that part, but so I don't know if I'll vlog or display the written type of questions that I have, what you call it. I'm gonna write down the questions and see how many I remember, and then I might as well show this later on in the video or in a new video. And then yeah, I don't know. Like, I can joke all about it as much as I want, be like, see you in November. But I'm disappointed in myself. I'm disappointed in myself. And I guess Section B really just is something you have to pay more attention to and not waste your time on. So, sadly, this is the result. I would like to confirm a bad omen, but it's not good to mess with spirits. It's not good to mess with the supernatural. Or the superstitious, I should say. And yeah, my good luck charm broke. That's what I call bad omen, or messing with the supernatural, superstitious. Like, don't read in too much about it. Don't read in too much about it. Like, it doesn't mean your test was bad, or that your test will now be the absolute shit. Like, I can take it as an indication that I was horrible, that my performance in the test was horrible, but that doesn't mean that the result will be horrible. Like, of course, I answered the questions. I answered like 4. I remember like going through it at the end and then being like, yo, let me count up my marks, and I was like, full marks, full marks, full marks, full marks. Now remember, those full marks are like 2-mark questions times 8. So, yeah, like 16 marks, wow. And so, counting up all those marks, I got a rough average of, not a rough average, just a rough estimate of 51 marks out of 100. And honestly, reducing the marks to 100, I don't know, I don't feel like that had any effect. Like, it didn't have an effect on me because I was about to finish the test anyway, and I got stuck on some problems and moved on. But probably did have an effect because at least I would have answered every single question. If it was 120 marks, I probably wouldn't have answered every single question. But once again, man, I should stop saying man, woman. It is what it is. 51 out of 100 marks. That's the highest I expect. And I had to go through with my tutor of paper 2. He was like, how's paper 1? I told him. And he's just like, forget about it, man. Forget about it. Like, okay, expect. Okay, you got 51. You predict 51. 51 is high five. High five. I don't remember. Something of 5, yeah. And then he's like, okay, then what's your minimum? And I was like, well, I started counting properly. Like, I stopped counting properly from 37 marks, and yeah, that's where it ended. 37 marks. So, well, counting properly or remembering my counts. Section A was 37 marks. That's what I remember, and yeah. So, 37 marks out of 100. He said that's about. How much is that about? That's about a 4. That's what he said, and a 4 is a pass. So that's a result for me. As I said, not too happy about it. Not too happy. Not too worried though. And I have no clue what to do, except relax, as my tutor said. Out in the open, where there are people, and in nature. Take a rest, as my tutor said. Take a rest and prepare for paper 2. And also, paper 2, what was it? We met up with our subject teacher, our math teacher, and he's like, the topics that didn't come up, those will have to be paper 2. They will come on paper 2, so prepare for that. And there was like 0 probability on the math paper 1, so I should expect lots of probability on paper 2, lots of distributions on paper 2, lots of statistics. What else is there? Yeah, that's about it. And computer science paper 1 tomorrow as well, in the afternoon. I am not ready. I have to study definitions, terms for topic 1, 4, and 3, because I know nothing about networks. And I know nothing about networks since like 2 years already. So that tells you a lot. And also knew nothing about complex numbers, and that tells you a lot. Complex numbers came and I didn't know how to answer that question at all. I lost 4 marks. No, 5 marks. And it was like a square. So that's too bad. And yeah. Man. Woman. Damn it. I think it's time. Like, I can't really express myself. Never really could. Never really knew how to. Because my number one, or at least most common thing I'm known not to do, is get furious or rage. And after I left that test, I felt like crying. And that's what I'll tell you. I felt like crying because it was just that disappointing. Like, damn it, the questions were good, the questions were easy. How come I was brain blocked or something like that? So, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna study and let's get a 7, dude. Alright then. Goodbye, people.